Am I already in? Okay, that way. Welcome to Backrooms Fishing. I just pressed play and I'm already... Hold still for a moment. Oh. I catch faster if I hold still? Is there... Give me a moment here. Okay, so there's no audio to this. There's nothing I can do. Anyway, welcome to Backrooms Fishing. It seems like this is apparently more of an idle game than I was expecting. I'm waking in the pools. I woke up to the slap of my palms against cold tile face inches from a lane rope. Fluorescent lights humming, the steady sermon. Pools receded in every direction, edges repeating into an endless pattern. Entry 2, taking inventory. My shoes squeak in a way that made the space feel friendlier than it looked. I took inventory, damn clothes, a cheap pen, a notebook, and a fishing rod I don't remember bringing. I laughed, because of course, I had a fishing rod. Okay, so I need to catch 60 creatures to proceed. If I just hold still, I increase my catch, which is nice. Also have like almond water, which... Oh, I get almond water for my catches. And with that I can buy stuff here. Plus 5% almond water from catches. Sure, let's do that. Basic distillery. I could do this again at this point. Let's get the lure for rare. Let's get off the 60 things. Everything for the rare catches and whatnot. Holding speed, cool. Chance for uncommon catches. I have more catch speed in general. It's a little bit weird that there's like no audio to that, so I'm gonna have to do a lot of work on that. Oh, we have the first cast. Chlorine held the air. I leaned over the first pool and felt that patient indoor quiet you. Only the patient indoor quiet you only find after a swim team's gone home. Interesting. Our reflection looked uncertain, but not afraid. The water waited politely. I cast, mostly to see if anything would happen, would answer. Now I need to catch 3 uncommon creatures. Well, I can increase my chance with that. I caught one already. And let's increase for epic catches as well, because why not? And more catch speed. Let's hold and see what we do. Waters stir. Hold still. Oh, is it a problem if the waters stir? Is this like something I don't... Puddle pop here, interesting. Is this like something I don't want to have in the long run? Is this like a... Eventually something bad can happen. Oh, living light. Something small pulses beneath the surface. A dim constellation, coalescing into a living speck. I lifted it, and it glowed in my palm. With shy warmth then slid away when I lowered my hand. I wrote, "They're not props." The pen bled slightly on damp paper. Interesting. Now I need to catch luminous plankton. Let's get some multi-catch chance, because I don't have that yet. And what do I have for rare? Half a percent? Let's get a full percent going for that. I definitely need to get the almond distiller. I need more almond water to make things work. So the one thing, even though this is just a demo and you can wishlist it on Steam as it says prominently in the middle there, I wish you would have done something with audio already. But again, I'm doing the best that I can do there. But it's an interesting concept, because I was not expecting this to be like quite as idly as it is. It's fun because I like some idle games, but at the moment it misses on giving me the Backrooms feel that I was expecting from getting from a game called Backrooms Fishing. I have a lot of stuff popping up there. Anchors. I started marking surroundings in the notebook. Broken tiles near the lifeguard chair. a hairline crack shaped like a river delta, a scuff on the far wall that always caught the light wrong. It helped to anchor the endless with details that couldn't repeat exactly. View collection tab? Oh, collections. Ah, okay. Can't really do anything with that, but I did that. Finding stillness. After a while I realized stillness worked better than fidgeting. If I stood as quiet as the lane lines, more life gathered. A tiny skater whisked across the surface like a clever mistake that got to stay. I slowed everything. The place rewarded patience. Hold still for 30 seconds. I'm gonna distill more almond water. And then I'm gonna hold still. So I'm holding still right now. So water's stir is the other, if I'm moving around and do stuff. So right now I'm holding still actually. Which honestly I'm not complaining about just doing that for a while. Yes, there's stuff gathering, but whatever. Void bait. Increase my chance for epic catches. I think we actually had one epic catch already. Machines tucked in alcoves hummed when I stepped near. The instructions were blunt. Insert almond water. I didn't know where to find any until I did. Some catches left droplets in my hands, sweet and strangely refreshing. The machines blinked to life when fed, unfussy and useful. That feels like an entry I should have gotten with the ability to upgrade stuff. That feels like something I shouldn't have gotten that late in with already having upgraded things, but whatever. Whatever. I just need some upgrades. I have a good chunk. I'm gonna take that once. That doesn't cost me as much. Then the expert rod and then the void bait. Because that gives me the last upgrades that I needed. Conversations with water. I treated the rod like a conversation piece rather than a tool. The water answered in nudges and hesitation. A gentle weight that never felt antagonistic. Sometimes two tugs overlapped, like somehow interrupting themselves politely. Learned not to rush resolving either voice. Well then. Now we just need to catch some water striders. That seems like it shouldn't take that long. Expert distillery cost me 2,400. It's a bit away, but I would get more almond water if I waited for that. Unless the game wants me to do something else now. But if not, I would wait for the expert distillery, just to make sure that I get more stuff. The lifeguard chair. I watched the lifeguard chair for a long time. It was empty, but the posture of it, perched, watchful, made me sit up straighter. I liked the idea that someone could see the big picture from there. I liked it enough to pretend I did. Oh, I did too. Okay, I like the little journal entries. They help create the word to give everything a little bit more weight with where at the moment there is so very little. These entries make the world exist. It's kind of nice. That's a nice touch. I like that a lot. Beautiful. Naming corners. I started naming corners. The long window became morning window. Even though no window showed anything but more pools, the drain near the deep end became the listener, because it seemed to breathe with me. Pretending I could read the room made it easier to stay. Interesting. Now we need to catch puddle puppeteers, which will happen over time. But let's distill more almond water. Elite distiller. 9,600. That's a lot. I think in the meantime I should definitely take some other stuff. I wonder if I look into the collection, I can read stuff about them. I didn't really look at that before and when the quest came up. Luminous plankton, microscopic organism that emits a soft pulsing glow in the murky water. Water strata skitters across the water's surface in impossible patterns, seems to phase through solid matter. Thun. Puddle puppeteer, a tiny creature that can animate small pools of water, creating miniature performances. also fun, Drain Dweller, an entity that resides in pool drains, occasionally reaching out with elongated limbs to grab objects of interest, and Clumps, a mass of intertwined entities that move as one. They consist of countless smaller creatures fused together. Curious. We're getting there slowly. Let's increase my multi-catch chance. The more things I catch at once, the faster we're gonna move forward. Oh, I did it. That happened fast all of a sudden. Night shift. There were moments the lights flickered. Not in menace, just like tired fluorescent tubes do. When they did, the water showed me new neighbors. Forms that preferred half-light. Nothing dramatic, no sudden music. Just a sense that the room had a night shift I hadn't met yet. Get 4 multi-catches. A good thing that I upgraded that beforehand. That's gonna take some sweet time though. So I'm just gonna hold still for a moment and hope that I'm gonna get those in a decent amount of time. A small upgrade. A dispenser returned a rubbery strap when I fed it enough sweetness. It sat well against my wrist and made holding the rod easier. I took the win without asking what else the machine wanted. I was beginning to accept the terms of this place. Now I need to catch 3 clumps, which are rare. So I need to upgrade to the elite lure here, just to have a little bit of a better chance to catch some lumps. 2.5%. I have only 2.4% chance for the multi-catch, and that didn't take that long, so here's hoping that I don't take forever to do that. I'm gonna save up a little bit for the elite distiller to buy more upgrades easily, but it all takes time. I unlocked a good few achievements at this point though, like we're getting towards the elite fisher, the legendary fisher. Those are just things that happen as you just wait around. Catch 20 rare creatures. I have 11. So things are moving forward. Moisture modes. Interesting. So already caught one. We're doing good. Let's just wait for it. Oh, I actually did it. Got the clumps settling in. My notes got neater as the room got less strange. Hold longer, read slower, don't talk to yourself so loud. Beneath those lines I wrote, trust the ordinary. It felt right, the water behaved like water, even if the edges of everything stretched too far. Catch 80 creatures while holding still. Well, that's not gonna be a problem. I'm gonna take the singularity bait just to make sure I catch epic creatures a little bit more easily. And that's just because I get more almond water with what kind I catch, and therefore having higher catch rate for like the uncommon, the rare and the epic things makes it actually worth more in the long run as well. Just in general, having more almond water is still a nice thing because that way my common catches still have a lot of value to me. But I definitely want to upgrade like the uncommon catches and everything so that they happen more often, so that I get more almond water over the time. What's next? Record keeper. When I listened closely, the pools had character. Some were chatty, little taps, easy responses. Others took their time, and I learned to wait, like you wait for bread to rise. It's not patience if you're counting seconds. It's patience when you stop measuring. I think that's actually true. That is a very deep and philosophical thing. All we need to do is catch some drain dwellers. I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna take my sweet time with that. I'm gonna increase my catch speed, because why not? The faster I can catch stuff, the more almond water may make overall. But I'm just gonna sit back and relax a little bit. This is an oddly relaxing game for backrooms, which is an interesting thing because usually the backrooms are always a little bit paired with stressful, hectic things. Not this one though. The corridor. I noticed the corridor forming where the rows of pools aligned like buttons on a shirt. It looked like a gentle invitation rather than a test. I slung the rod across my shoulder, pressed my notebook against my chest, and walked toward a sign I couldn't read. View the zones tab. The light pools. Okay. The entrance zone. Brightly lit warm pools with crystal clear water. The familiar scent of chlorine provides odd comfort. Or the pool way. Difficulty 2. A long stretch of interconnected pools. The water levels varies unpredictable. The ceiling seems to stretch higher than possible. Almond water times 2 on all catches. But difficulty 2? What does that exactly say? Collect new stuff, that's one thing. They don't look like hallways. The ways forward here, they look like new pools sharing water with old pools. The surfaces stitching themselves into a path. The air felt cooler in the poolway, less like a public gym and more like a maintenance corridor with manners. A maintenance corridor with manners. I make more almond water out of that. Death moth. I'm gonna watch my collection here really quickly because there's new stuff in here. So, the luminous algae, bioluminescent organism that clings to the pool tiles, providing an eerie glow. Love it. Still have the pipe. No, that's a new one. Small entity that inhabits the maintenance pipes, often heard before seen. Eerie. Moisture modes, floating droplets that gather and share information about water quality and pool conditions. Cool. And mirror mimic. Don't like that one. Appears as a reflection of yourself in the water, but moves independently when not directly observed. And the death moth. A massive moth-like entity that hovers above the water, occasionally dipping its proboscis to feed on swimmers. Interesting. So now I just need to buy 2 more upgrades and then we're good. This already is going longer than I was expecting it to go. I like this a lot. Like, I really like this a lot. Let's upgrade the rare catch chance because we get more almond water out of rare catches, so please. Death moth does not sound healthy, and also I should probably enhance my double catch chance just to make sure I get more stuff out of the water. Boop. Rise and fall. The water levels rose and fell as if someone were rolling a marble around the place. Under the place. I paced my steps to those changes and I made walking feel participatory. Like the building and I had agreed to keep each other balanced. The rod bumped my shoulder in rhythm. Hold still for 30 seconds. That's the easiest thing to do, not gonna lie. Pipe song. I heard the sound of pipes. Not ominous, just an honest report of water moving somewhere else. Small residents peered from circular mouths I'd called drains back home. They weren't aggressive, they were curious. The line dipped when they nudged it, inquiring rather than taking. I love just the whole vibe of everything. Zones. Access denied by entity authorities. So that's interesting. That does not say that it's not like in the early access here, but it might just mean that. We might see that. I'm gonna have to catch a few pipe dwellers. Let's just see. I love this. I really enjoy this. It's an interesting idle game. And there has been a few idle games that actually weave more of a story. And I love the approach and the combination with the backrooms because you can feel it. You can feel the sensation of being in the backrooms and experiencing everything, thanks to the journals mostly. Green corners. Green showed up in corners, faintly luminous. I skimmed a bit with the net and held it up to the light. It spread like a sheet of stars on my palm before folding away. I whispered thanks to no one in particular and kept moving. Catch 500 creatures. Yeah, well, I'm just gonna hold still for a little while and catch those. But they did something amazing with just creating this atmosphere overall. Let's make more uncommon catches because I make more almond water out of those. They created something beautiful and mesmerizing because I wanna sit here and just figure out what's going on and what is happening, and that is just beautiful, like really well done. Highly enjoyed it. I don't know how far I can go or how far I will go, but at the moment I'm definitely feeling like let's try at least to get to entry number 20 and see what's going on there. And maybe that is the end for what we have here at the moment. I'm not sure, but we'll figure it out. And the last few catches... The mist. A cool mist formed above certain lanes. Low and inquisitive. When held still, it drifted close, curious about skin temperature and heartbeat pace. My breath made it swirl, so I tried breathing smaller. It liked that. It hovered, then lifted and settled like a node. Node? Interesting. This is the first person we've ever like had in the backrooms that's not just immediately like I need to run and hide from everything, but it's just I accept my fate. I am here. Let's just vibe with everything, which is kind of fun, not gonna lie. Weird and probably dangerous, but it seems to work out for that person, so why not? Yeah, I'm gonna increase my holding speed a little bit. And reflections teach. Reflections here did little tricks. Sometimes I'd see myself cast before I actually did, or lower the rod twice without meaning to. It didn't feel like being haunted. It felt like the room was demonstrating, like a patient teacher pantomiming the answer until I understood. Fun. Interesting and fun. Just need to catch a few rare creatures. I can still wait that one out. Locker room memories. I took breaks and listened to water slap tile with that bright indoor sound every pool makes. I remembered waiting for rides after practice, damp hair freezing on sidewalks, the weird intimacy of empty locker rooms. The poolway held those memories without turning them into warnings. Well, more multi-catches that I need to make will happen eventually. Still nothing new here. See, everything, it just happened so fast at this point, I don't really need to worry about things. Let's... more multi-catch, because why not? The pump window. I could hold still in the meantime. Sometimes I walked past the pump window and caught the churning heart of the place. I liked seeing the infrastructure, the honest whir and sigh of whir. It anchored me. If a thing can be maintained, it can be understood. Maybe it can be left. So we are still, even though we're absolutely vibing with this place, trying to find a way out, which is understandable. But we're still vibing with the place. Catch 6 mirror mimics will happen just over time. 3 responses. I tried 3 casts at a lane with a slow current and got 3 different responses. A gentle wait, a quick tug, a firm instance. I wrote, they're individuals. The note surprised me, like meeting someone on a bus and realizing they're not just scenery. We're also a little bit poetic. Counting tiles. To keep from drifting, I started counting the blue tiles between pillars. Cast, step, breathe, reel. The sequence matched the poolway's gentle rise and fall. When I lost count, I stopped and rested at a corner. The room favored rhythm over speed. Rationing sweetness. Almond water changed my pacing more than my gear. Few sips and I stopped rushing. The edges of the room softened. I started rationing by landmarks. 1 sip at the pillar, another after 3 casts. Treating it like a metronome for my body rather than a purchase. I'm not 100% sure why you do that. But maybe it's also for you to somehow kind of keep track of time and whatnot. But that one felt... maybe also because you don't know how much almond water you're gonna have overall. But since we're getting it with everything that we catch, I'm not sure we need to ration it that much. It's still interesting. Not gonna lie. Mirror mimic, multicast. Ooh, that's nice. Anyway, we have the almond water. The announcement. A speaker crackled overhead and tried to make an announcement. Failed. Then returned to the soothing hush of air moving through vents. It made me laugh. Once again, the harmless awkwardness of the attempt. This place had a sense of humor, at least a sense of timing. Well, I'm gonna have to catch a few mouse modes, but I can increase my almond water again, which we haven't been able to do in quite some while, so let's do that. And there we go. Manners of the poolway. I learned the poolway's tempo. Don't stride, glide. Oh, catch 200 creatures while holding still. Oh, okay. Then let's hold still while we read that. Don't stare, glance. When something feels stubborn, step back and let the water suggest proximity. It became a set of manners more than rules. The better I behaved, the more the room seemed to include me. That's an interesting approach on everything. Like, the backrooms have their own ecosystems, we kinda know that from the other backroom lores. And behaving in a way that the backrooms would welcome you actually makes sense when being in an environment that you don't know. The person that we play as might be incredibly laid back and relaxed and chill with everything, but they might be onto something here as well. Not like if I play another horror game, the creature now won't go for me if I just don't do something, but still, they might be onto something there. The open door. At the end of a long row, a door rested open by an inch, breathing a different temperature. The pulse quieted, as if not wanting to influence my choice. I leaned my forehead to the seam and felt a faint draft, like another chapter turning. Oh, tell me I'm gonna get another zone out of that. Or that that's the end of it. I would also be fine if that's where it ends at the moment. I only have to catch a few more death moths for that, and that surprisingly often happens right now, so shouldn't take that long. Yep, there we go. The threshold. I pressed the bar. The hinge gave a relieved sound, not a protest. The space beyond smelled like rain on stone. Sharper, less chlorinated. The floor dipped slightly, and the water responded with one confident swell. My foot crossed the threshold, and everything I knew shifted. Is that? No, still not. I need to catch 1000 creatures now. What? I'm ready. Let's see what is going on, because what I read here tells me that we're entering a new area. We're going to a place that seems like the outside, which is something that is within the confines of the back rooms. So I'm curious, but it will take some time, because 1000, that'll take some time. And the last creatures. But wishlist the game. If you enjoyed the demo, please wishlist Backrooms Fishing on Steam to get notified on release. It helps a lot. This was amazing. Honestly, again, you need something. Give me the typical backrooms hum of the fluorescent lights. Put in some water sound effects. And in one earlier entrance we had like wind rushing from vents or something like that. Yeah, with the announcement. Hush of air moving through vents. That's... Give me just that as an audio thing. I don't need like a blip for every creature that we catch, because that would be annoying. But just have the ambience in the background that we know from the back rooms. Just for something. And give me just like a little confirmation sound for when I buy something maybe as well. That would be nice. And maybe with the hold still, let the audio shift a little bit. I don't know how, but something. Just have a shift to it when you stand still. Make it louder, maybe a little bit. Make it clearer, because you're not moving at the moment. Just something in that regard to give it the weight and the feel of the backrooms. Other than that, I love this. It's a simple idle game where you don't have to click, you just have a button that you hold for you to catch more stuff. but it's so effective and so good, and I love the entries and just seeing what happens and where we go from. And it read like we were exiting the complex and we're going into an open area, and you obviously have 8 areas planned, which means there's something interesting definitely going on here already. Love it to bits. Great game idea, and I'm here for it. Again, all I want is a little bit of ambient music. Other than that, I don't think I have any notes to give at the moment. Really well done. Really enjoyed it. And also hope that you all enjoyed it. And I will see all of you maybe in the back rooms again. I don't know yet. Maybe I'll find something good. Bye.